Every day begins the same way. You open your eyes. You know you slept through the night. But somehow, you already feel exhausted. You make your coffee. You sit quietly for a moment. And before the day has even started, you're already wishing you could go back to bed. Most people just say, "It's my age." But what if waking up tired isn't simply part of getting older? What if your body has been trying to tell you something, every single morning? Maybe this has happened to you. Maybe someone told you this is just normal after 60. Or maybe you've watched your husband, your wife, struggle with that exact same feeling, morning after morning. There are 3 signs that millions of people recognize, but rarely question. The first is waking up exhausted even after a full night's sleep. The second is needing coffee just to get the day started. The third is feeling sleepy again just a few hours after waking, as if the whole night hadn't done anything at all. Many doctors consider this common. But researchers have started asking a different question: is it that these people aren't sleeping badly, or is it that their bodies never actually got the chance to truly recover? To understand this, you have to look at what really happens while you sleep. The night isn't one single block of rest. It's divided into cycles, and within those cycles there are deep stages, where the brain processes memories and the body repairs tissue, and REM stages, when important emotional and cognitive regulation takes place. The immune system also uses this time to reorganize itself. Sleeping 8 hours doesn't necessarily mean moving through these stages the way your body needs. It's possible to spend the entire night in bed and still never reach enough deep sleep to truly repair. And that's exactly where morning exhaustion starts to make sense. But that's not the most interesting part. There are factors that directly interfere with this nightly recovery, and most people would never connect them to their own tiredness. Sleep apnea, for example, often goes unnoticed for years. A study led by researchers at the University of Michigan, drawing on data from millions of Americans through a national aging survey, found that more than half of people 65 and older are at high risk for sleep apnea, a condition that briefly and repeatedly interrupts breathing throughout the night, almost always without a diagnosis. The result is someone who sleeps 8 hours but never completes a real cycle of rest. Low-grade chronic inflammation, something that tends to increase with age, also interferes with sleep quality and daytime energy. The body's biological clock, the circadian rhythm, changes over the years, making sleep more fragmented and more sensitive to any disruption. Some medications commonly used by people over 60 can also alter sleep architecture without anyone noticing the connection. And there's another factor, a quiet one, that's rarely considered: nutritional deficiencies. Research shows that between 10 and 15% of people over 60 have a vitamin B12 deficiency, and that number rises considerably when you include cases of only mildly low levels. Iron and magnesium follow the same pattern, slightly reduced levels, almost never investigated, capable of showing up as exactly this kind of persistent fatigue. None of these factors, on their own, is cause for alarm. But together, they start to paint a picture far more complex than simply sleeping poorly. There's something else, though, that researchers have been watching with growing attention. Persistent fatigue, when ignored for years, appears to be linked to changes in the body that show up before any other noticeable symptom. Not as a verdict, but as a signal, an invitation to pay attention earlier, before the problem grows larger. And maybe the most surprising part is inside the brain itself. During deep sleep, the brain activates a cleaning process called the glymphatic system.
Você pode me passar o reagente ali, por favor? Qual deles? O vermelho.
Led by
Isso, obrigado.
neuroscientist Maiken Nedergaard, first revealed the existence of this system, named for combining glial cells with the function of the body's lymphatic system. In animal studies, this cleaning process was found to be 10 times more active during sleep than during wakefulness. It's as if, while you sleep, your brain washes itself, clearing out the metabolic waste built up over the day. When deep sleep is insufficient, that cleaning never fully happens. And that may explain why, beyond physical tiredness, so many people over 60 report trouble concentrating, slower memory, or a kind of morning brain fog. But there's still another layer to this story. Energy doesn't depend on sleep alone. Starting at age 30, the body loses between 3 and 8% of its muscle mass every decade, a process that speeds up after 60. Add to that a shifting metabolism, accumulating silent inflammation, and undiagnosed health conditions that can go unnoticed for years. All of it adds up alongside sleep, helping explain why the energy you once had seems to have disappeared. Still, it's worth saying, getting older doesn't have to mean waking up tired every single day. There are people in their 70s, in their 80s, who wake up with real energy, not because they got lucky, but because at some point, someone paid attention to the signals their body was sending. And often, before any doctor's visit, small changes already start to shift the picture. A more balanced diet, rich in the nutrients that sustain energy throughout the day, helps the body function with less effort. Regular physical activity, even something moderate, a daily walk, light strength exercises, improves deep sleep quality and reduces the silent inflammation that contributes so much to fatigue. Keeping consistent sleep and wake times, cutting down screen exposure before bed, and getting more natural light in the morning are simple habits that help realign the circadian rhythm. For many people, these adjustments alone are enough to start feeling the difference. But when the fatigue persists, even after these changes, or when it comes with other signs, like loud snoring, pauses in breathing during sleep, or noticeably worsening memory, that's the moment when seeing a doctor stops being optional and becomes the necessary next step. Current science keeps advancing in these areas: how deep sleep quality relates to brain aging, how circadian rhythm can be realigned even later in life, and how controlling chronic inflammation is directly tied to a longer, more functional life. Go back to that morning at the beginning. You open your eyes, you know you slept through the night, and you still feel like your body never rested. For years, millions of people accepted this tiredness as an inevitable part of getting older. But in many cases, the body was simply trying to say something, every single night. Every morning tells a story. Most people blame it on age. But science is discovering something far more interesting. The question isn't just whether you slept. The question is whether your body actually had the chance to recover.